The information that I'm about to give you regarding the new things that were data mined are not confirmed in any way, but could hint at what is to come, which is why I'm going to be talking about it. All these files that have been found were added with the most recent February update. Let's kick this video off with the first weapon that was found in the files. The Sjogren, a weapon that we saw in Battlefield 1's They Shall Not Pass DLC back in March 2017. This is a semi-automatic shotgun that was designed by a Swedish inventor and saw combat in both world wars. This is very likely to make a comeback to BF5 and was used in Norway, so would fit very nicely into the Tides of War system, as we already have the Battle of Narvik set in, of course, Norway. Moving on to the new dog tags that were found. The Chinese New Year and Dai's Friend. Don't think there's much more to say about these, but I would imagine that they will make it into the game. Now onto the gadgets. There are a few people spotted in the files. There is a lot of interesting stuff here that I am super excited to see. First off, the Panzerschreck. I think this is such an iconic anti-tank rocket launcher, so no surprise that this will possibly make its way into the game very, very soon. It will go nicely next to the Panzerfaust as well as the Big Brother, and I assume it will deal a lot more damage in game against tanks and other vehicles. Next up we have the Fliegerfaust, could be making its way into the game as well. It was a prototype German anti-air gun developed in 1945 and only a few were produced. They weren't very effective in real life due to range issues, but according to a photo they probably were used more widely than first thought. In the defense of Berlin, due to a photograph showing at least 3 on the ground at Hotel Adlon in Berlin 1945. This kind of looks like a minigun and looks like a super interesting weapon and could be an effective way of taking out bombers and other air vehicles. The Haft-Holedung magnetic anti-tank mine is coming. If you don't instantly know what that is due to my poor pronunciation and just not knowing what it is, it's on screen right now. It's essentially a sticky grenade that you put on tanks. Not sure about more explosives in BF5, but I guess it's just more ways of disposing of vehicles. Then we have wire cutters, a mortar, and something called a garrote coming soon as well. The garrote is essentially wire that you use to strangle enemies, so that could be a very awesome melee weapon to use. Now on to war stories. I know what you're thinking, well, The Last Tiger was the final war story. I think so as well, but a few people did spot a few files relating to a war story that we don't really know much about. It could just be an error, but if they were to bring another war story, would that be something that would excite you? As The Last Tiger was very well done, so another one like that wouldn't be too bad. Next up, the return of battle packs. This is almost 100% gonna happen. A few pictures were found, which you can see on screen right now. It makes sense as the Boyns are coming soon and they will likely add loot boxes for cosmetic only items. Maybe standard, uncommon and rare. Or maybe the bottom box with the Norway flag could be something to do with a loot box exclusively for Firestorm items only. Not sure about that? Let me know in the comments down below what you think. Then finally onto this promotional image. It shows a picture of a Panzer IV with a spotlight, an MP40 with a foregrip and an Adar sight. Then the Panzer II, a very light armoured fast tank, which will be very effective in game as light tanks overall seem to be the go-to. Then the 2 tanks previously mentioned. Then a soldier skiing. It looks like he's holding a Sten gun, and Michael Fassbender. Now, Michael Fassbender was born in Germany, so it could make sense to have a German war story again, as with the files that we have found so far, there is a lot of German weaponry, so possibly we could get another German war story. So that would be super, super awesome to see. But overall, we have a lot of new content here that we have not seen yet, and I can't wait to see these make it in the game. This is not confirmed at all, but we can speculate that this will make it into the game in the near future. Stuff like this gives me hope to a game that desperately needs more content, mainly maps in my personal opinion, but at the moment Battlefield 5 for me is extremely enjoyable. If you went on to enjoy the video, click that subscribe button and drop a like. If you didn't enjoy the video, drop a dislike. Until next time, have a good one.